New from Vinegar Syndrome is Sexmission, a Polish comedy from 1984. That I was a little bit worried when I stuck on because I wasn't sure what I was going to get. I was urged to get this by my friend Andy, who said it was a really good movie, and I just kept thinking this is going to fall into almost a carry-on type of sex comedy at some point, and it always threatens to do that. There's always that avenue it could take. It's kind of lowbrow, it's easy to get humour, but the movie almost, and what it does in fact, avoid that for most of the film, which was great. It kind of left me teetering on where was it going to go.
Ty gustujesz w brunetkach czy blond?
No wiesz, nasza cywilizacja zawaliła się w gruzę, a tobie tylko dupy w głowie.
At the start of this one, there is a discovery of how to freeze a human, how to preserve them, thaw them out in a number of years and they've not aged any, how you can possibly free somebody that's got an illness and unfreeze them when you have a cure for it. But it's still within the testing area of that. So we have two guys who have volunteered to become the subjects for this, who are going to go in and be the first to undertake this procedure. These two guys go and get frozen to be waking up in 3 years' time where they'll get a nice fat paycheck, they'll become heroes of humanity, and just that's it, can ride out the rest of their lives. One of them is a little bit more of a academic, someone who just wants to study, who's doing this for the science. The other person, someone who's doing it for the glory, who wants all the plaudits that go with this.
Z tego miejsca w naszym wspólnym imieniu pozdrowić wszystkich sympatyków hibernacji na całym świecie.
When they are thawed, things seem a little bit different. Something's not quite right. They can't seem to get any answers. At the start, they're held in a locked room. They're given food that they're unfamiliar with. In fact, the world just seems a little bit different. And it's not until a little bit later in the movie that they discover that they've slept a little bit longer than they imagined to. In fact, they slept for 53 years and now they've woken up to a world where there has been a world war and all men have been eradicated thanks to a chemical that was released into the air. These are the only two men ever to have been seen in the past 53 years, and they are being studied by this future women race. There's two kind of factions here. You get genetics and you get kind of arco element, people who are always digging into the past. These two kind of fight off against each other, and these guys are just stuck in the middle. And it becomes kind of funny because they're always trying to take things in a different manner. And these women are so unfamiliar with the kind of things that the guys do or add to society. And they're always procrastinating over what men and their impact was with society as well. And it's really kind of funny. And it is quirky and very different.
Stoimy twardo I pewnie na gruncie umożliwiającym nam niedopuszczenie do zarazy, której na imię mężczyzna I na którą jesteśmy wszystkie uodpornione.
And even at almost 2 hours of a runtime, it never outstays its welcome. You're watching these two guys, Albert and Max, who are kind of chalk and cheese, but they kind of form a bond because they have to at this point. It's their backs against the wall as the women are deciding whether to neutralise them or turn them into women and release them back into society. And it's just them coming to terms with what's actually happened, dealing with the world that they're now put upon and the scrutiny that they're under and the misgivings that they have and that the women have with themselves.
To może moglibyśmy wam jakoś służyć, co? Jako te reproduktory, znaczy się dla odrodzenia rodzaju męskiego.
It's really funny. It really does have several laugh out loud moments. It has several moments where you're just, the ideas are really imaginative and really just spark the imagination. You run away with the possibilities of where this could go. And like I said, there is an easy option to always go in the sex idea kind of comedy, but they never quite do it. And even with the title like Sexmission, you kind of feel like that's where it's going to go. And thankfully, it doesn't do that. Sexmission is a really colourful, interesting film that tackles some really nice thematics, which I think are quite important today, as it was when it first came out. It's nice to see these problems highlighted in a kind of comedy that is socially commentating a pertinent subject. I'd say emotional now, probably.
Zastanie twój wróg! Do czego służył ten przedmiot siostry? Nie ma chyba potrzeby tłumaczyć.
Sexmission was surprisingly awesome. I didn't want it to finish. I wanted to see what was going to happen after the fact. It kept taking little turns now and again that surprised me on what the guys were doing, and the fascination of women trying to figure out what men's purpose was in society was just hilarious. I really enjoyed Sexmission. I wasn't sure what I was going to get. It was way better than what I thought I was going to get, and it was just an absolute blast. I'd love to know your thoughts on Sexmission, if you've seen it before, or if I've encouraged you to check it out. Yeah, let me know in the comment box below. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.